Happy Friday, Bears. Welcome back to Kickin' It Live. Let's get on to some news. Police said on Wednesday that 16-year-old Oklahoma high school student Nex Benedict passed away a day after an altercation in a school restroom that may have been prompted by bullying over gender identity. Police in the suburban Tulsa community of Owasso are investigating the death of Nex, whose family said identified as non-binary and used they-them pronouns. Although the cause of the death has not been determined, according to AP News, Owasso police said in a statement that preliminary autopsy results indicate Benedict did not die as a result of injury in the fight, but Benedict's family states there has been a harassment because of the teen's non-binary identity. Police Nick Boatman said detectives are interviewing staff and students at the school to learn more. Switching gears, if you're interested in robotics, Sam checks out the club and the class here at Upper Arlington High School.
Robots, people. They're the technology of the future. And with all this concern around AI, we're leaving out this part of the actual robots itself. Let's go explore the robotics class and club and see what it takes to make a robot yourself.
Are we calling this the intake? Are we calling this a prototype, or we can call it a prototype? Yeah, it's gonna break it twice. So that's out there.
All right. So this is the MeBot. It's a refurbished combat robot that we're doing as one of our project works in this class. Unfortunately. Yep, because the electronic speed controller for the left side is broken, and so that's what we're working on fixing. Is because it's not receiving the signal that makes the left side of it drive.
A lot of times students spend a big part of the day working on stuff that they're not interested in. So I designed a class that allows students a lot more choice. For example, Gabe's working with Ben over there, Ben Seidelman, on this combat robot. It's called Spirit Breaker. It's a 15-pound combat robot, and it's going to go to Dayton to compete in a cage to try, basically the two robots try and disable each other with their weapons.
Robotics class is an advanced science class. It can be taken all 4 years. On the other hand, robotics club is every day after school in the South Commons.
If you're interested in joining the robotics class or any other class, next week is academic week. Students will view a scheduling video on Monday, and there will be an elective fair during the lunch periods on Wednesday. Beginning Thursday, February 29th, freshmen, sophomores, and juniors will start individually meeting with their counselors during their English language arts classes in the third floor South Commons to complete the scheduling process. Juniors will meet on February 29th, sophomores on March 1st, and juniors on March 5th. If a student is absent one of those days, all counselors are accepting walk-in appointments on March 6th and 7th on the second floor North Mezzanine. On March 8th, counselors will follow up with any students who were unable to meet the previous dates. Mark this date in your calendar. The once-in-a-lifetime 2024 total solar eclipse in Ohio is coming up soon. Ohio residents and others coming in will be able to see a total solar eclipse for the first time in Ohio in over 200 years. For the last one in Ohio happened in 1806. During the eclipse, the moon will completely block out the sun, casting a shadow over the earth. The last total solar eclipse was in 2017, where the longest period of totality was experienced near Carbondale, Illinois at 2 minutes and 42 seconds. Totality was not visible in Ohio in 2017, but will be on March 8th. Delta Airlines announced earlier this week they are offering a special solar eclipse flight from Austin to Detroit on April 8th. The flight will use a plane that has extra large windows for premium viewing and spend as much time as possible within the path of totality. The flight sold out within 24 hours. All right, Bears, let's kick it to Tommy and Alex with sports.
Welcome back to Sports, Bears.
Swim and dive Bears claimed yet another district title last weekend during their meet at Ohio University.
31 of those athletes qualified for states and were sent off yesterday morning to Canton, Ohio, where they are competing today and tomorrow. Our swim and dive teams have a total of 15 state championships under their belt, looking to add more.
Girls basketball had a huge win on senior night against Berlin, beating them by the score of 51-40. Heading into the first round of the tournament, the girls had 5 players named for OCC Central honors, including Elizabeth Hunt for first team, Quinn Buttermore for first team and scholar athlete, Tatum Thrush for second team, Ava Harrigan earned special mention, and Ella Hankey earned honorable mention.
Congrats, woman. The girls took care of business against Central Crossing on Wednesday during the first round, where they whooped the Commons 61-60.
No, 20.
To 20. The girls are looking towards advancing again by beating Dublin Scioto tonight at 6.
Boys basketball took down Hilliard-Davidson last week by the score of 49-38. Their next game is tonight against Olentangy Berlin.
The team is currently ranked 5th in the conference and had 4 players earn all OCC awards, including Mac Igo for OCC Scholar Athlete, Zach Korna for Honorable Mention, Nate Oni for Second Team, and sophomore Alex Schmitty with OCC First Team honors.
Gymnastics finished the regular season strong at the President's Day Classic, where they had 5 girls place within the top 5 spots in all 4 events. The girls compete this weekend in districts and will compete in states next week.
Wrestling had a picnic on senior night, beating Hilliard-Davidson 60-18 and celebrating 11 seniors as they close their regular season.
Seniors Andrew Myers, Max Gombieski, Caden Bent picked up bonus points wins to close out their regular season careers. The Bears will compete in the OHSAA sectional meets on February 24th at the high school.
Ice hockey was seeded number 3 in their region for the state tournament and wiped the floor with Troy High School on Sunday 8-2 during their first round of the tournament. The boys' next game is against Dust Bucket Dublin Jerome on Saturday at the Ice House. 3
of the boys earned all league honors, including man missile William Schaus with honorable mention, Connor Hagel, legacy of the great Brady Hagel, racked up all rookie forward of the league, and young Mason Herndon earned all rookie goalie of the league.
The Los Angeles Kings dusted the Blue Jackets on Tuesday by the score of 5-1, but the Jackets turned the tides around and scrapped out a dub against the Anaheim Ducks 7-4 last night.
The Jackets sold out nationwide with tonight's game against the Sabres at 7 p.m. Speaking of nationwide, the Columbus Fury introduced professional women's volleyball to our city when they took the court for the first time ever in front of 9,145 fans on Wednesday. The team beat the Omaha Supernovas in a historical match.
March Madness is coming up, and our very own Miss Judy Deal created her own spin-off of the competition.
We heard that Nathan is live on the scene to check it out and see if Miss Deal is a true book savant.
Nathan on the move.
Sponsored by UA Ed Foundation.
Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're in the LC with Mrs. Deal. Mrs. Deal, would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Mrs. Deal. I'm your media specialist here.
All right, so today we have a special game in honor of March Book Madness. You know, March is coming up. It's just around the corner. Would you like to talk about March Book Madness?
Sure. So obviously, March 1st will be next week. So we're going to run our March Book Madness contest. And speaking of contest, I hear you have a challenge.
We do
for me.
actually. So Mrs. Deal, she's gonna blindfold herself. Show that it's see-through. I mean, not see-through. You cannot see out of that.
I cannot. Trust me, I cannot see out of this.
We are going to pick 3 books from this wall.
Shout out to Mrs. Doherty for the sweet mask, by the way.
All right.
Okay.
Here's book number 1.
All right, book 1. Okay.
What are you thinking? Give us your thoughts here.
I'm feeling it's an award winner.
Okay.
From the size of it, I think this is Scythe by Neil Shusterman.
Oh my. All right. 1 for 1.
All right. All right.
Oh my God. All right. Here you go. Book number 2.
Okay. Book number 2. Heavier, hardback. I think this is The Book Thief.
All right. That's 2 for 2.
All right. All right.
All right. Last book.
Okay.
Let's go. It's a popular one. Good
All
read.
right.
Here you go.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Small, but it's hot. Like it's really, it's almost burning.
No
I
way.
think it's Fahrenheit
Oh my
451.
She got 3.
Am I right?
You're right. That is right.
Woo! All
All
right.
right. So talk more about March Book Madness.
Okay, well, that was interesting. So folks, we're going to start accepting brackets on Friday. There's QR codes all around the school. They'll be in your language arts classes. And everybody can vote for what book they want to win. And we've got prizes. We're going to do UA Rise. We're going to do Chipotle. We're going to do Barnes & Noble. And I'm upping them this year because I'm retiring this year. So this is the end of the March Book Madness Deal era. And so I want everybody to participate and we'll have a great time.
All right. Well, I'm definitely going to have to fill out a form after hearing that.
Yeah, you are.
All right. Let's get to Sam. We'll see you guys later.
Oh my God, I have too many clothes. What am I going to do with them?
Wait. You can donate them to Environmental Club's clothing swap.
Really? All right, let's talk about it. So, people, Environmental Club is doing the clothing swap. I'm here with Noe and Ashley. So, Ashley, what is the clothing swap?
So the clothing swap is this annual event that we hold every year at Environmental Club. This is our second year doing it, but essentially people can bring in clothes that they no longer want and trade it for credits that they can exchange for essentially just new clothes.
Okay.
The swap will be held on the 20th, 21st, and 22nd of March during the lunch periods, and you have until then to donate.
And you can donate tops/accessories for 2 credits, any all bottoms for 3 credits, jackets and dresses for 4 credits, and essentially you donate a shirt, a top/accessory for 2 credits, you can spend 2 credits. And if you maybe, let's say you donate 3 jackets/dresses, you get 12 credits, and you can buy 6 shirts. And yeah.
This is a great way to do a spring cleaning, or if you're trying to shrink your closet for college, please put your clothes in a bag. Have them washed before you drop them off outside 1202, Mrs. Bailey's classroom. And if you add a tag with your name and your email, we'll be able to email you with your credits so you can spend them on the day of the swap.
All right. So, yeah, I think that's it.
If you don't donate, you can still buy. 1 credit equals $1. So you can still spend like a very little amount of money and still get really cool clothes.
All right, that sounds good. Thank you for joining me, Noe and Ashley. All right. So tomorrow, February 24th from 2 to 4 p.m., bye guys, the UA Public Library on Tremont will be hosting a Black History event. Attendees will be able to enjoy an afternoon of dance, live music, art exhibits, and educational opportunities. Admission is free. Now, speaking of art, I'm joined here by senior Maddie Richards. Maddie, now, as we come on to frame, Maddie here won the regional gold key at the CCAD Scholastic Art Competition. So as we get let's show a photo of what she won this year, of what won this year. So Maddie, can you describe what this photo, can you describe like what's the meaning behind this painting?
So I made this drawing last year with the essential question of what aspects of humanity need more attention. So I did some research, and after learning more about the oppression of women in Iran and Afghanistan, I decided to make this piece almost to spread awareness and symbolize what research I had been doing.
All right, so Maddie, we also hold up the photo that won last year. She actually won gold last year in the same Scholastic Regional Art Competition. So what is this photo about, Maddie?
So this photo is kind of just meant to symbolize like the addictions of smoking and cigarettes, which also is supposed to go along with my essential question last year about like aspects of humanity that need more attention.
Here, can I show it to the people?
Yeah.
All right. Here we can see it, people. It looks great. All right. Thank you so much for joining me, Maddie. Now let's toss it back to Skylar with Maine.
Dune Part 2 will be coming out soon. The first Dune was released in 2021 when movie theaters were still humbled by the pandemic. It left off with a good amount of the story unfinished, leaving a lot to uncover in the sequel. According to AP News, Dune Part 2 thrums with an intoxicating big-screen expressionism of monoliths and mosquitoes, fevered visions of messianic fervor, and more of a dystopian dream or nightmare rather than a straightforward narrative. The Warner Bros. Film, rated PG-13 by the Motion Picture Association, was given 3 stars out of 4 and will be released on March 1st, 2024. The Upper Arlington High School Orchestra, including myself, traveled to Hawaii this past week for their biannual orchestra trip. Along with 3 performances, 1 at the Ala Moana Mall, 1 at the USS Missouri, and 1 at the Pearl Harbor Aviation Museum, the orchestra students got to experience a lot of what Hawaii has to offer. Let's see what some of the students' favorite parts were.
Part of the Upper Arlington High School orchestra trip to Hawaii was not doing any homework, sleeping with all the boys, and learning some crazy hula moves.
My favorite part was getting to go to the beach and go surfing and swim in the ocean.
My favorite part was definitely going to the luau. It was really cool to watch them cook the pig and then watch them twirl the fire sticks.
My favorite part was getting to tour Pearl Harbor and look inside the USS Missouri and see the aircraft carrier.
My favorite part of Hawaii was eating sushi on the beach and like smoothie bowls on the beach and tanning with the 8 UV. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to go to the beach with just like friends.
So my favorite part of Hawaii was probably going to this donut place near the hotel called Donut King. They had the best donuts I've ever had.
So my favorite part of Hawaii was the sunset dinner cruise that we went on.
So my favorite part was getting yelled at because my Hawaiian shirt wasn't buttoned up, but actually probably getting to tour Hawaii Pacific University.
My favorite part was probably learning the dance with the ladies at the barbecue thing, but a very close second was taking pictures of Ava sleeping on the plane.
My favorite part about Hawaii was getting to know other people in my class and like my orchestra and stuff, and having like seniors to look up to as a freshman, and just hanging on the beach with all my friends. And
my favorite memory was throwing a Cane's chicken finger across my balcony to my dear friend Max Rigorish, and he ate it off the floor.
My favorite memory was probably, there's a lot to choose from, but maybe Gabriel shaking his booty around on the ship, the Sunset Cruise to be specific.
I did enjoy that one.
That one was very fun to watch.
Yeah. My favorite part of the Hawaii trip was probably the sunset dinner cruise where I learned how to hula dance, and then the next day I won a hula competition at the luau we went to, so that was pretty fun.
We also learned a lot of pronunciation things. So Ava, would you like to start?
Yeah, so it's not pronounced Hawaii, it's pronounced Hawaii.
So it's also not Honolulu, it's Honolulu.
It's not Waikiki Beach, it's Waikiki Beach. This has been Skylar Burkle reporting for the WARL. On behalf of the Upper Arlington Orchestra, we give out a special thanks to the organizers of the trip, Mrs. Gretchen Sunick and Mr. Chris Lape, as well as all of our chaperones, Mr. Yuzica, Mrs. Gomez, Dr. Fernandez, Mrs. Hamilton, Mr. and Mrs. King, and Mr. and Mrs. Chandler. As part of their UA history, third graders at Tremont Elementary read about Pleasant Litchford and his positive impact on our community. They discovered he was one of the 4 biggest landowners in Upper Arlington. The other 3 families have streets named after them, Henderson, Lane, and McCoy, but Litchford does not. They learned that Ridgeview Road was once named Litchford Road. The third grade students worked together to write persuasive speeches explaining to City Council why this is an important issue. Anyone is invited to the City Council's March 4th meeting at 7 p.m. to see the students share their speeches. The City Council will also be visiting third graders at Tremont on Wednesday, February 28th at 10 a.m. Anyone is invited to that event as well. Seniors, are you interested in performing at graduation? You can now submit a 2-minute audition video to the link in your Canvas announcements. The deadline for the videos is March 8th. Callbacks will be held in person in April. February is Marijuana Awareness Month. The Stand Project is hosting a scavenger hunt throughout the school. You may have noticed QR codes in different colors with different numbers on them throughout the building. You might want to start scanning those for prizes. They have gift cards for McDonald's, Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, Cane's, Dewey's, and even gas. You must answer the questions to be eligible to win, and the amount of questions you answer determines the value of your gift cards. You have until Thursday, February 29th. The deadline for submitting service hours is March 1st. You must submit 50 hours if you're a freshman or sophomore, or 100 hours if you're a junior or senior to X2Vol. Juniors, please complete your My ACT non-test information during Gold Period if you haven't already. Attention winter sports athletes, take a moment and fill out the postseason survey that was emailed to you from Mr. Smith. Attention seniors, you can now find the updated list of scholarship opportunities on Canvas. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today's show. We hope you enjoyed. Have a great weekend, and we will see you next week.
You wouldn't know something new. I'm saying, you come kick it with us. And we can learn about what's new in school and UA in general, and that's just what we do.